computer or something, and something that end up happening with a computer get corrupted. Or one time I had my laptop getting stole from me before, and all my music was on there, so it was like my whole career was down there down the toilet because everything I recorded for like 2.5, 3 years, it was all on this computer, but it ended up getting stolen or whatever. Like so, I would tell artists to make sure you have a hard drive, like, and always make sure that once you make a song, send them songs to your email. Even if you gotta make an email that you don't use, but just for that, make sure that every time you get like an engineer to bounce your songs out or whatever, make sure that they send that song to that email and just leave it locked in there type shit. Because nowadays this technology is just changing, or anything could just happen where you could lose something or whatever, and it could be something that you detrimentally wanted and it could be gone. Like, I even seen that happen with Future one time. Like, he was getting ready to drop a project that was harder than he made Beast Mode. That was like one of his big projects that he had dropped, but he actually had like a whole album that he was going to drop before that was like 10 times harder than Beast Mode. But his engineer for it, like slash DJ, got locked up in like London or something, and he couldn't even get the hard drive because they had it in their property, but London wouldn't let them release the property, so he ended up dropping the beast mode. He had to make a whole new tape, and they ended up what beast mode was, which I know of today. But just shit like that, you got to make sure that you got hard drives, and you got to make sure that you put them in places where ain't nothing gonna happen to them at. So now when I make all my music on hard drives, I go send that shit back to my mama, and my mama go put it like in the attic, like, you know what I'm saying, somewhere I know I can go get to it if I got to get to it or whatever. Like, so
Or you make sure you have your studio back it up. If you had a real studio, we back that shit up.
yeah, yep, that for sure. But see, I be scared with that type of shit though, because you leave your shit on some of them studios or whatever type shit. Next thing you know, your shit to be out before you get a chance to do it, and that shit to be a
That
whole
shit
different
only
artist
happened
rapping on
one
your shit.
time
Like,
with
so
Jeezy, man. Come on, man.
yeah, you get what I'm saying. But I'm saying just off, it's crazy that you said that, but it's just like shit like that can actually happen, especially when you got them type of engineers that want to be a rapper too, but they don't want
Yeah,
to tell you that they want to be a rapper type shit. Like, so it's like for those type of purposes, I make sure that I got my hard drive, and I make sure that they delete everything off their computer once we get
that's
done type shit. Like,
but
but
that's a bad idea, bro.
that's just, I don't know. I've been having good luck with it when it comes
Because
to
you
that. So
need because you gotta think about it. I'll give you an example. Say you need to pull a recall. What happens when you need a recall? Say you do lose a computer, a hard drive. You got to be able to go back to that studio. Now, I'm not saying every studio, but the ones that are too scared to let their reputation take that kind of hit, because you know how deadly it is. Because after that Jeezy shit came out, nigga, we went through some shit.
yeah, but
So
at the same time, it's kind of hard to prove that this is your shit. Like, if you ain't got it locked, like with me, okay, I'm BMI and all of that shit covered for by all of that when it comes to me type shit. But for the average artist that's not all the way inclined when it comes to that type of shit, he go in the studio and let's say he drop a hit or whatever. Let's say this shit was a shit that was supposed to be a hit, and then you got somebody else that end up taking it and they go do their own thing on it and blow up off that shit. He can't prove that that's his shit.
no, he can. So the way we do that is when you record a session in your Pro Tools, they take timestamps and pictures, meaning you can't fake it when you pull up them files. Them files is gonna have what really happened.
True that. But if they go
Understand what I'm
if
saying?
they go delete all of that shit, then it's not there.
But if they delete all of that, they in more trouble than that because now they putting the studio on the line. If the studio got a reputation,
Yeah. So okay, so I get what you saying. Like, yeah, when you dealing with like real deal professional studios, and it's like,
right?
yeah. But when you not, but that's why I was saying I was speaking for like artists that's not going through that type of situation where they
Most of
not.
them not though. You right though.
Yeah,
Most
you
of
know
them
what I'm
not.
saying. They go
You
into
go in a
whatever
bootleg
studio got the
studio,
cheapest
carry your
rate.
hard drive.
Yeah. You go to the studio, make sure you keep your hard drive, like, so that way you don't got to worry about them type of situations or whatever. Because this industry, man, this shit dirty. Like, I didn't
Shit,
seen so
dirty,
much
dirty.
shit being around the people that I'm around, and I didn't seen so much shit, man. This shit dirty, man. Like, it ain't apples and oranges like everybody think it is. This shit is very, like, this shit almost like a drug, like the drug game.
I mean, but you got to remember, why do you think all of the parents, mothers, and of women always never wanted their kid to date a musician? They always said it been a dirty industry, one of the dirtiest.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Cause shit, I ain't gonna lie, shit. My mama, shit. It was a couple times where she wanted me to pull back from this shit,
Mm-hmm.
especially all
She
of the
be
shit that be
wasting your.
going on. Like,
Mm-hmm.
She didn't say the same thing to me type shit, but it's just like, I got God, I think and talk to God every day, like, you know what I'm saying? And then I know I
So
got people that's praying for me the same way how I'm praying for myself, like, you know what I'm saying? So
right,
like, I wouldn't say with me, but like I said, man, this shit dark. It's some people that I got personally that I know, and I know they were part of something else. Like, you know what I'm
right.
saying? But to each
But
his
to ask
own.
you, like, to ask the question, I got a question for you. So, for me being a LA native that relocated to Atlanta, during the prime time when we just had got started, I was late to this show, but I got here like around 99, 2000, right?
Okay.
Coming from LA, and then from you coming from Atlanta going to LA. And I know how I feel when I go back home. I really hate it, nigga. I hate it, and I'll be ready to get back to Atlanta ASAP. So, how's that going for you as far as the transition of Atlanta to Los Angeles? Because I mean, the women ain't even better. Like nothing's better.
Yeah, see, like, okay, so it's like the opposite. Like, it's basically like the opposite approach, where it's like, once you get out here, you be like, man, fuck that, I'm ready to go home. That's how it be when I go to Atlanta. Like, when I go to Atlanta, I be like, man, this shit ain't like, you know what I'm saying? Because I done got exposed to a lot of other different shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
So like what you okay, so so you're gonna be able to understand this when I mean it's like, okay, so like you being in Georgia, you kind of know like how it is as far as like with the gang banging and how they move out there. It's not the legitimate way of how it was made from when you was
right.
out here type shit. So like
I
when
mean,
me
yeah, yeah, 100%.
you feel me? So with me, like I said, I was like in the streets and shit like that. So like we knew one thing only because the big homies and different people like us was telling us this way. But then once I came to California and seeing what this shit really is like and what it's supposed to be like type shit, it kind of made me like, damn, like you feel me? So this whole time we've been got down getting told a facade and this shit ain't even real for real, for real. Like so once I came out here, of course, I'm seeing the real. It's like somebody dealing with some stepped on dope and then you finally get around some real dope. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was like, that's how it was for me. And then my mom tried to take me away from that situation anyway, as far as me even going to Georgia from Chicago, like, cause that's where I come from. So I was already exposed to the real dope. And then she kind of brought me to some stepped on shit. I was out there playing around doing what I was doing. But then once I came to California, I'm like, okay, now I'm back around some real dope again type shit. So it
But
just hit
the
me.
music, but see, you got to remember, 1K, the music scene isn't there.
It's not. It's definitely an Atlanta type shit. So like that be like the only thing with me when it comes to that. I be like, fuck, like I
Because if
really
I
need to
wanted to
be.
gang bang, of course I'm gonna stay in Cali. But if I want to do music, nigga, I'm in the A.
Right, right. So that was like, okay, so that's where that tug of war was coming at for far as when I first moved to Cali type shit. I'm like, okay, I'm exposed to all of the real shit, the street shit, the everything that I was like chasing for it. Then when I was in Chicago, when my mama tried to pull me away from, I got back exposed to it type shit. So like I was saying, I always had that 1 foot in and 1 foot out type shit. But when it comes to like how you said with the music and where the music scene is and where hip hop is today, Atlanta is the fucking mecca when it comes to music. If you want to get on type shit, this is the place where you need to be. Is need to be in fucking Georgia type
Right.
shit. Like, cause
And these the
Georgia is
only
kind of that
places where
engine right
you
now.
able to actually get up on the type of people you need to.
Exactly, type shit. You feel me? Because everybody out there, they not with that. Like they don't act Hollywood. They don't do all of
Right,
that type of
right.
shit. You
That's what
could
I'm
walk
saying.
inside the average strip club and see Ti up in there eating some wings. Like you know what I'm saying? Like whereas like it's different out here with the celebrities that's out here. These motherfuckers really act like celebrities. Like you know what I'm
They
saying?
be
Like you can't.
bougie, Hollywood
Yeah,
ass
bougie as
niggas.
fuck. Like yeah, all of that type of shit. So it's like that on that type of time. And when you say it like that, yeah, that's when I be missing being in Georgia type shit. Like I be like, fuck, I need to be in Georgia right now because especially like when
Cause
I
I
drop a
got
project
access. That's
drop a
what I be
project,
telling
like
them.
when I release a project, I'll be like, okay, I need to go to Georgia for like a month or two type shit and sit around in Georgia because I just dropped this project and I know I can go move around and get around people I need to get around. It ain't none of that
And actually
Hollywood
go
and
to
all of that type
clubs
of
where they
shit.
gonna play it and really be
Yeah,
able
where
to
they gonna
stomp your
spend, yeah,
foot.
all of that type of
The
shit. So when it comes,
Carolinas are easy accessible. The Chitlin circuit is here because we got the Columbus, the fucking Macon, to Alabama, the Carolinas. I mean, it's like it's
and they
just
and
like
they
in
be
Cali,
paying,
you pretty
and they
much
be
only got
paying.
Cali to work with.
Right. And then if you not no future or you ain't no Dirk or nothing like that type shit, they don't give a fuck. Like it's like, all right,
Right,
whatever. Right. I see that you with them, but at the end of the day, you not them type shit. Like so it's like the shit
right,
gonna be the
right. They
same.
try to sun you. They'll try to play you.
Yeah, hell yeah. So I definitely done dealt with that, even being on this app right here. You know what I'm saying? I done got trolled so much from California people like, oh, you ain't really with Future them, or like you ain't like, I deal with all that type of
They
shit.
just
But
can't believe it, bro. That's all
yeah,
it
you get what I'm
is.
saying? They come from what they come from. So I understand it type shit. That's why I don't really even take it. I just deal with it with a grain of salt, bro, because I understand where they come from and they only seeing the 110 and they
They
ain't been
see
no
they see
further
the
than that
finished
type of
product.
shit.
They don't know that
Yeah.
we've been watching these niggas and all these niggas be accessible until they really blow.
Exactly. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and these niggas at one point in time was at the same stepping stones that we was at type shit before we get all the way big and all the way on type shit. Like, so I don't be mad about it. Like, it don't be like, only thing I just be like, it just make me want to grind harder. Like, that's all. Like, if a door like kind of get closed on me a little bit type shit, or I feel like